summer at the moment, but our summers have been quite weird recently. We have had bushfires, extreme heat, extreme rain, and extreme wind, and everything in between. So it is definitely climate change central over here. Today I have a book haul for you all, just 4 books to show you. I think, let me have a look. 1 non-fiction and 3 fiction. Let's just jump right into it. The first book I have to show you is called Gunk. And this is by Saba Sams. This was actually in the clearance section of the bookstore because it does have a tiny little bit of damage, but it was over half price off, even though the damage is just in this little corner here. I couldn't pass that up. I know books tend to be cheaper in other countries than in Australia, but for a book like this size in Australia, anywhere between $30 and $40 for something a little bit smaller, like this book here. This would be anywhere between $25 and $30, and for a hardback, anywhere between $40 and $60, Australian dollars that is. So books tend to be quite expensive unless they are sort of an older book. If it's a book that's outside the 50-year copyright, then it usually will be, or if it's like a classic or something like that, like the ones behind me here, it'll usually be anywhere between sort of $10 and $20. So I jump at the opportunity to get discounted new books, even if they are a little bit damaged. And I would rather purchase it than have it go She spends her nights serving shots and watching from behind the bar as Leon flirts with students on the dance floor. In the early hours of the morning, she paces home to sleep. But then Leon hires 19-year-old Nim to work at the bar with Jules. Nim, with her shaved head and steady paw, her disarming sweetness and sudden distance, and Jules finds herself jolted awake. When Nim discovers she's pregnant, Jules agrees to help. As the months pass and the relationship between the two women grows increasingly intimate and perplexing, it emerges that Nim has her own unexpected gifts to give. Now alone in her small flat, Jules is holding a baby just 24 hours old, who still smells of Nim, but no one knows where Nim is or if she's coming back. What could the future for Jules, Nim, and this unnamed baby possibly look like? Raw, exhilarating, tender, and wise, Gunk is an electrifying debut novel exploring love and desire, safety and destruction, chaos and control, and family in all its forms. This sounds like it's going to be a messy one, and I do love a messy novel. That is Gunk. Next up, we have Time of the Flies by Claudia Pinheiro. I have read Elena Knows by this same author, and I enjoyed it, so I am excited to read her other works. I do have another book by her to read. I think it's called A Little Luck, and this is Time of the Flies. I love this colour of pink. I really like this style of cover as well. A few of these books by Charco Press, who's the publisher, have this style of cover, and I think they are really beautiful, still vibrant and colourful, but also quite minimalist, not too overwhelming, not littered with, praise or those unremovable stickers. This literally only has the author's name, the title, translator's name, and from the author of Elena Knows International Booker Finalist. That is what I love in a cover. whereas I did listen on audio, but it was maybe only 160 pages or so. So this is a little bit of a bigger novel. I am curious to see how it goes. The blurb says, 15 years after killing her husband's lover, Inez is released from prison and left to put together a new life. Her old friend Manka is out too, and together they've started a pest control and a private investigation business by women for women. But Senor Bernard, one of her clients, wants Inez to do more than kill bugs. She wants her expertise and her criminal past to help her get revenge on someone. When Inez's estranged daughter shows up, however, we realise that things are not as they seem. Crime against women and crimes by women, the complex loyalties among friends, mothers and daughters, and a breathtaking twist. This is classic Pinero, dark, intelligent, and suspenseful. This genuinely sounds so good. I'm really excited to read this. This is right up my alley. A little bit of mystery. I love a commentary. I love a lit fic. Love a suspenseful lit fic for sure. Very excited to get to read this one. The next book I have to show you is actually a signed copy of Heap, Earth Upon It by Chloe Michelle Howarth. A signed copy. There you go. That'll be great if this book is good. One of my biggest book pet peeves is that when a book is first published, it comes out in this larger size. I hate reading this larger size. I love the smaller size, but the smaller sizes aren't actually released until a year or so after, once it's no longer a new published book. Sometimes new releases come out in that smaller size, but for the most part they are the bigger size, and that really sucks when it's a book that I'm excited to read and anticipating, like excited for the new release, because these bit larger sized books I find are so much more difficult to read and hold. They hurt my finger when I'm holding them. Anyway, just one of my bookish pet peeves. but she is the same author that has written Sunburn, which I also have to read on my shelves. I just haven't got to it as of yet. Quite a common theme in my household. The blurb says, January 1965, the orphaned O'Leary siblings, Tom, Jack, Anna and Peggy, arrive in the village of Ballycray, tight-lipped about their troubled past and desperate for a fresh start. After being met with suspicion from most of the locals, the family are thrilled when they are taken under the wing of their well-respected neighbours, Bill and Betty Nevin, who offer them work, companionship and an opportunity to fit in. But for one of the O'Learys, this new friendship sparks an intense attachment that makes the dynamic dangerous for all. It's difficult to bury secrets, but almost impossible to bury feelings. Upholding the rural Irish setting, similar to Howard's debut Sunburn, Heap Earth Upon It is a suspenseful gothic tale that explores the damaging impacts of grief, tradition, and family secrets. Interested to see how I go with this one. And the last book that I have to show you today is the only non-fiction in this pile, but this is a book that I have been meaning to pick up for quite a while. It is called Unequal. How extreme inequality is damaging democracy and what we can do about it. And this has 3 authors, David Buckham, Robin Wilkinson, and Christian Strayuli. This is not news for the regular lovely people that watch my channel, but for anyone new here, I have a degree in politics and I am currently studying postgraduate courses related to politics. I'm doing my master's degree in international relations, and I am doing a quick little side quest and completing a graduate diploma in humanitarian aid. So I like to read quite a few politics related books. This is one of those. marshalled and increasingly angry and polarized. The decoupling of capitalism from democracy has fostered an economic system seemingly powered by greed alone, with the marginalization of democratic principles facilitating the rise of authoritarian and populists like Putin, Xi Jinping, Trump, and Boris Johnson. How has it come to this, and does the unanticipated fight back in Ukraine with support from the West show us the way to reclaiming the lost spirit of freedom inherent in liberal democracy? I think this will be a very sort of liberal central take. I'm not a liberal myself. I'm definitely more of very far left, but I am still interested in what sort of traditional liberals have to say, and I'm interested in sort of what this book will point to, especially in terms of the anti-capitalism sentiment. I will report back on all of those books when they are finished, and you can find my thoughts on them in my monthly reading wrap-up videos, which I post at the end of every month / the start of the next month, just depends. I post the video the closest to my upload schedule, which is Australian time. It's Tuesday and Friday, which means in America it's Monday and Thursday. Anyway, they are the books that I have to show you today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to my